Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and relevant. So for 2 years leading up to the 2024 election, you could have basically called this show the Trump for President show. I pushed, I cajoled, I convinced, I hammered the message home, and he won. And here was the coalition. Hispanics, especially men, black men, around 20 plus percent, 22, 23% of black men voted for Trump. That's, I didn't say all the way, but I had a part to play in that here in Georgia. I know I did. You know why I know I did? Because I was told I did. Suburban women who felt the pain of Biden's economy and came back to Trump after voting for him in 2016, left him in 2020, came back in 24. He did better in college educated. He did better in every demographic. Catholics. He split Catholics with Biden and then beat Harris by 12 with Catholics. These are the demographic groups. It's by and large, it was called one of the once in a generation. I'm quoting here. This is what everyone agreed upon. Everyone agreed upon what I'm about to say. A once in a generation coalition. A once in a generation coalition. That's what the MAGA movement, that's what Donald Trump built. And I said back then, this coalition is not a Republican coalition. It's a Trump coalition. That's what I said. I've been saying that for the longest. I've been warning Republicans. It's not a Republican coalition. Even after Trump won, on the night we did our election coverage right down there in the live lounge, and then we went around the room at the end, will we hear tonight? I said, yes, we will hear tonight. We will hear by 1 o'clock in the morning, and it will be a landslide. I said that, and it was. And ever since then, I've been warning Republicans and the Republican Party, understand this, you have work to do to take this coalition and make it yours. You can't ride on Trump's coattails. You have to make this coalition yours, which means that you have to do the things policy-wise at the federal level and also the state level to make this coalition yours. The big, beautiful bill dropped. You lost some people there because you increased spending and didn't cut the deficit. So many libertarians started to bail with the big, beautiful bill. Because of that, you could talk about the tax cuts, you could talk about no tax on tips, all of that stuff, but libertarians were focused on the deficit and spending. And it increased both in a big, beautiful bill. Then you started to lose Hispanics, particularly men, when you started off by saying, I'm going to deport criminal, illegal gangbangers, violent criminals. And then you started deporting everybody. Then 2 Americans were shot. Hispanics, gone, just like that. There's reporting coming out of Texas now where close to 2,000 farms in Texas have closed down because they don't have workers. Remember, we told you, we don't know if these are jobs people will do. I don't see a lot of white guys running out to Texas to farm. So you lost Hispanics with immigration. Not Hispanics were for deporting violent criminal, illegal immigrants. They weren't for deporting abuelas who have been here for 20 years and raised a family. But you all said, no, they're illegal. So you lost Hispanics. You lost black men with all the other stuff going on. The DEI stuff and the way you talk about it. You lost them. They're gone. Never to come back because they weren't Republican voters. They were Trump voters. This coalition that was built from the ground up, a once-in-a-generation coalition, is now gone within a year and a half. Destroyed. Because the Republican Party is too afraid to stand up and say, we've got to do something for the American people. And those who do say it, the Masseys, the MTGs, the Megyn Kellys, the Tucker Carlsons, the Shelley Winters, those who do say it, you're shouted down. You're a turncoat, you're a traitor. But the coalition's gone. The only people left are boomers, and that's it. That's it. White boomers are the only people left. Everybody else is gone. And let me tell you, there are not enough of you to win any election anywhere, statewide, district-wide, or Senate-wide. You can't win them with just white boomers. But here's a YouGov CBS poll. In February 25, last February, Trump held a commanding plus 36 net approval rating, 68% approve, 32% disapprove among the group. That group, white voters without a college degree, which is the fundamental base of MAGA. White voters without a college degree. You know what? There are millions of those. You can win an election with them and only them. You don't need the Hispanics. You don't need the black men. You don't need suburban women. White voters without a college degree you can win an election statewide with. But in 2025, Trump had a plus 36 net approval rating, 68% approved, 32% disapproved. That number in September 25, and it's the same polling, so you can't say, oh, it's CBS. It's the same polling. So if you accepted the 68% approved in February of 2025, you must accept everything that comes after it. In September 2025, that number dropped to 26%, 58% approved, 32% disapproved. February 2026, that number dropped further to 10%, 55% approved, 45% disapprove. They just did one in April 8th through April 10th. Trump is 48% approve, 52% disapprove. Those numbers are going in the wrong direction of the base. So let's say you didn't care about the black men who left. Let's say you didn't care about the Hispanic men who left. Let's say you didn't care about the Catholics who left. Let's say you didn't care about the suburban women who left. You have to know that the base of MAGA, not the Republican Party, the base of MAGA, white voters without a college degree, is now upside down. 48% approve, 52% disapprove. In a year and 2 months, it went from 36% net approval to -4. Are you still going to stand out there and tell me it doesn't matter, Shirley? We going to still win, Shirley? You're going to turncoat, Shirley? You're a traitor, Shirley? Get the other guy back on the air, Shirley, because he doesn't give us bad news, Shirley? You still going to stay in your pockets of resistance to what's happening right before your eyes? And here's what's so important, ladies and gentlemen. This will impact statewide elections here. Why? Because we have two guys running for governor right now, spending hundreds of millions of dollars running on who can be more Trump-like. How do you think if one of them get into the general, that's going to play when white voters without a college degree may be staying home? I told you this was going to happen. And all you could respond back to me is, who's paying you, Shirley? Nobody's listening, Shirley. Told you. But you don't want to listen to me. Rather listen to the neocons tell you everything's just perfectly okay, guys. Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll be right back. This is Shelley Winter Show.